Hey guys, what's up? Son of Chelsea back here again for another video, and today it's going to be my Chelsea team of the decade. This is going to be the team from 2005 to 2015. Basically the best players, in my opinion, that are featured that I have seen play for Chelsea in the last 10 years. In the comments below, let me know your opinions because I'm very interested. Let me know your team, Chelsea team of the decade. Who are the players who'd make it into your 11? Let me know in the comments. Also guys, to let me know that you did enjoy this video and like to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up, a big like. I would really appreciate it. But hey, let's get on to the Chelsea team of the decade in my opinion. In goal, I feel there's only really one clear candidate throughout the last 10 years. Who else? Petr Cech. I think he is absolutely one of Chelsea's best goalies throughout the history of the club. I think he is absolutely immense. He's a world-class keeper. Even now, I still think he's in top 4, top 5 best keepers in the world. Just simply looking at his age, you can still go for many years in football. And you know, you look at the high level he played at Chelsea, coming in 04, and you talk about from 05, that kind of season where we won the league, how crucial he was at number 1, the amount of saves he made, crucial points, you know, crucial saves at times. I think what gives credit to Petr Cech and most world-class keepers is when the matches where Chelsea was strolling, you know, maybe 1-0 up and we looked like we were going to win, but then the opposition team goes up the other end and gets one chance, a clear-cut chance, but Petr Cech makes a crucial save. Those are the moments that for me define a world-class keeper. One that just instantly, no matter what's happening in the game, no matter if they've done nothing in the game, have had no saves to make, he makes it. And a world-class save, just a save sometimes that you think he's never going to make, he makes it. The blinders he's had being man of the match for Chelsea, he has to be number 1 in this team. Starting off at right back, it could be a little bit difficult for this one because of course you've got a player like Paulo Ferreira, who's such a great servant for the club, done so much for Chelsea, been at the club for years, only recently just left, but still is a fan of Chelsea, still comes to the games, and he was crucial for us at times. But I feel there is only one guy who can truly, for me, be in at right back, and that is Branislav Ivanovic. Yeah, I know he's had a shambolic season this season, but I don't think that really comes into it. I feel that if we're looking at the overall majority of his Chelsea career, he has been outstanding for Chelsea. The hard work, dripping blood on the pitch, you know, the great defending, putting his body on the line like you expect a Chelsea defender to, but as well, all the goals, just the amount of crucial goals, the one against Napoli in the Champions League, the one against Benfica to win us the Europa League, just the amount of goals this guy scored in crucial games when we needed a goal. He was like a striker, and that's why I feel he needs to be in this team, because I think going forward he can score you goals at crucial times from set pieces, but also he can be strong defensively, he can help you out, and he can fight, put his body on the line, as we've seen in the majority of his time at Chelsea. Now going on to centre-back pairings, we've had many good centre-backs at the club in the last 10 years, but I feel that these two just stand out among them. First of them is Ricardo Carvalho. I feel that this guy came in with Jose Mourinho from Porto, just a Rolls Royce of a defender. You know, could come in, such a classy defender, such cool, composed, knew where to be in the right position, always helped out, was able to stop threats, was able to see danger. What he was so good at was breaking up play, was making those interceptions, was being so solid at the back with his centre-back partner, captain, leader, legend, John Terry. I feel this guy is the best English defender of the past 10 years. I had many debates with people who try and tell me otherwise. The longevity of JT, I think, is the one thing that keeps him apart from everyone else. You know, the lack of pace, but he has been able to adapt to that, being in the right place, being a leader on the pitch. So John Terry, leader, legend, and yeah, has to be the captain of this team. We've just had the best English centre-back. Now let's talk about the best English left-back of the past 10 years for me, Ashley Cole. I feel when this guy came in from Arsenal, was developing at Arsenal, was clearly a very good fullback for me, took his game to the next level when he came to Chelsea. One of the only players you could see that stopped Cristiano Ronaldo, that was able to keep a guy like that quiet, and that is some feat. I feel just the guy consistently helping out Chelsea. Even in his latter years, I thought he really did help out the team. Someone that you could rely on, someone that would be there in big game occasions, someone that over a long period of time was able to stay consistent, not have many dips in form. I'm going to go over 4-3-3, so 3 in midfield, has to be in defensive midfield, the holding role, Makelele. I feel this guy, the Makelele role that everyone calls it now, he was the guy that defined it. You know, one of the most unsung heroes for me at Chelsea. You know, just absolute key player for Chelsea. He was one of the biggest part of the spine of the team, and you know, just once again, just a brilliant passer, someone that could intercept the ball, someone who knew where to be and also help out attacks. He was able to break up play, then help out attacks, and that's what you want from a central defensive midfielder. Also being revolutionary within English football, to be able to create a role for himself, the Makelele role, which is associated now with Nemanja Matic, you know, other defensive midfielders. He is the high point for me, and every other defensive midfielder has to get to that high point, because for me, what a player, world-class defensive midfielder in my opinion, just absolute key in this midfield. So going over to the next midfielder, this guy actually sometimes would play a striker. Sometimes Jose would play him in central midfield, and I feel this guy was very underrated as well. But there's a lot of underrated players in this team, and I feel that this guy, the move he made after Chelsea, I think just proves how good he was. The amount of goals he scored. Idago Johnson. I feel this guy was just brilliant for Chelsea. He was at Chelsea pre-Abramovich, so you think of all the players that didn't kind of survive and had to leave the club. He stayed and was able to keep his place for a long period under Jose Mourinho, and that's just even more impressive. And the way he scored goals, he would always get you a goal. So reliable, just to have a born goal scorer, and he's just that. You even see in his latter years now, he's still playing for clubs like Bolton in the Championship and still scoring goals because he is a born goal scorer. And as you see, sometimes he could go into that central midfield role and could play a little bit deeper in the pitch, and also could help out, because for me he was also technically a brilliant footballer. He was able to feed out passes and yeah, be in the right place at the right time. So Idago Johnson for me would be in the central midfield role. Next to him, who else could it be? Who else could it be? We've had what? Let's make this free. We've had the best, in my opinion, the best English centre-back of the past 10 years, the best English left-back of the past 10 years. Let's make it free. The best English central midfielder of the past 10 years. Frank Lampard. For me, this guy is, for me, still underrated. He's my favourite Chelsea player. I've got a poster right there, the greatest. For me, he just absolutely is that. The goals, the fact that when he came to Chelsea, he was under scrutiny for that price tag, but continued to develop his game and is a constant role model of working hard, improving your game and becoming something that people didn't expect you to. I think that he is absolutely what I want a Chelsea player to be. He led by example. Once again, like a load of these players, scored crucial goals, but also technically was so good. I think that's where the part of his game was underrated. People just say, oh, he scored penalties and scored long ranges. No, Frank Lampard technically was absolutely amazing. On the ball, he was able to pick up passes. That connection he had with Didier Drogba, the connection he had with many other attackers at Chelsea. Under Jose Mourinho, he just took his game to another level and took his game to one of the best midfielders in world football. And that's thanks to Jose Mourinho, but also to him for the dedication and also the longevity of it. So Frank Lampard has to be in this team. Out wide on the right, firstly, would be Arjen Robben. I think that this guy was so good when he came to Chelsea. What a signing. Unfortunately for him, I think in the 04-05 and 05-06 season, he was kind of blighted by a lot of injuries, which was a shame for him. But I think in the 05-06 season, he did start to come into the team more. But when he did play, he was such a key player. You've even seen now, he's still playing for a club like Bayern Munich, and that just shows the class of the player. One of the best in his positions. That's the most credit I can give to him, is he's continued to play well even after leaving Chelsea, and he left Chelsea for me as one of the key players within the success that we had as a club. The other one hasn't been at Chelsea for as long, and I still hope that he is going to achieve more at Chelsea. He's already achieved a lot, he's already done a lot, but for me, simply because of my age, I never got to see Gianfranco Zola play football, and this is the comparison I make with this player, because I unfortunately never got to see Gianfranco Zola play live, which was a shame. But I feel that when I speak to people who did see Gianfranco Zola play live, how this is the comparison to him in terms of technical ability, in terms of watching a player. And when I watch this player even train, even practice before a game, it's enjoyable. Eden Hazard. For me, this guy is one of the most enjoyable footballers I've had the pleasure of watching at Chelsea. Watching him play football at his best is simply sublime. The stuff he does on the pitch, you sometimes think, how does he do that? Also, just the way he makes football look easy at times. I know this season he hasn't, but when you see him at his best, he just does it. I don't see a player like him. He seems to stroll past players. 14-15, where he was player of the year for Chelsea, scored loads of goals at the end of last season to win us the Premier League. So for me, left winger, just simply because he's so amazing to watch at his best, and let's hope he can get back to that soon. Eden Hazard. We've had many strikers in the past 10 years. It's probably one of the positions where people may criticize us in the past 10 years. We've had a lot of bad luck with strikers. We've signed a lot of them that haven't worked out. But there is one in particular throughout the last decade that did work out and worked out amazingly and stood above the rest. One of the best strikers ever to play in the Premier League. The amount of goals, the beast, the legend, the guy that is going to go down as one of Chelsea's best ever players. If you made like a Mount Rushmore of Chelsea players, he'd be on it. Didier Drogba, when he came into the club for a high price tag, so especially with his age as well, he came in and didn't have the best of first seasons. He was criticised heavily for his diving tactics, but he started to develop into Chelsea. He started to understand the fabric of the club. He started to understand what it's like to be a Chelsea player and continued to score big goals and lead that line for so many years. Score so many goals in big games. Score so many goals in cup finals as well when we really needed it. And also just leading that line. So that is my Chelsea team of the last decade. As I said, guys, leave me your comments, leave me your teams in the comments below, because I'm very interested to hear your opinions. What did you agree, what did you disagree about my team, all that good stuff in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at SonOfChelsea. Also, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again.